Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumukontra. Kasi pag maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahihirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administrasyon ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi pagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahihirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabati ko yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap, yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang darating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, pagkaisa tayo, isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog sa kalye lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pari-parihong tao, may puso na nararamdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan magibang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din, guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayong lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa pag-unlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.
Palma. Oh, man. That's unfair, man. Palma, 7 points in the game. To Del Fuentes. Oh, wow. Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Valoria is open. 3-point. Oh, my goodness. He's a jumper by Valenzuela. Caballero has time. Now it gets started. Rosso, turnaround jumper. Oh my goodness.
We continue our coverage of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League in the beautiful town of Orion in the province of Bataan. Nandito po tayo sa Kamalig, the Orion Sports Complex for the second game of our Monday triple header. And we featured teams from the north and the south. Kobe Monje para dito sa Val City. They will look to regroup against Jera Flores, who came back from an injury and provided that spark para dito sa Muntinlupa. It's Val City versus Muntinlupa here sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Ken Panglinan alongside Javi Palanya. And at courtside we have Miss Lyra Punsalan. Javi, itong Val City, ayaw nilang mapag-iwanan in the North Division, samantala itong Muntinlupa, suffering their very first loss, they want to remain at the top of the South Division.
These are two very formidable squads when you look at them on paper, pero yung Val City, not performing to the way that they should be so far here early in the season. Itong Muntinlupa naman, they already had that game in the bag, but that game slipped out of their hands in overtime against Bataan in their last match, which we will talk about in just a bit.
And of course, you could watch us live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on Solar Sports starting at 6 p.m. every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And Val City, they were playing at home last time out in the West Arena, and they took on Sarangani, who came into that game. They were winless, but Val City having trouble, and nakauna yung Sarangani. Val City came back, but the Gripper just holding on tight to that lead, and they were able to pull through.
It wasn't a good start for Val City on their home floor. They trailed 33-24 after the first quarter, and they got it down to a point at the half. But if you look at the numbers here, Ken, it was just really too much of points in the paint that they gave up. 60 points in the paint to a team that doesn't really have legit bigs in their roster. Samantala, itong Val City naman, they actually have the better post players and inside operators, but they only managed 48 points inside the paint, and those free throws, they gave up so much, and they also missed a lot from the charity stripe. 11 out of 23, that was very crucial para sa kanila, especially nung humahabol sila sa dulo.
And they will look to bounce back, taking on Muntinlupa, who suffered a loss in painful fashion. And this very same building dito po sa Orion, kalaban nila yung home team Bataan. They were already up by 4 points with around 20 seconds remaining, but Bataan was able to come back, and that big three by Yves Sazon was the difference here.
J.R. Flores also hit a big shot in the end, but Bataan somehow finding a way to get that win over the Muntinlupa Cagers, their first loss of the season. You look at the numbers here, they also gave up way too many points in the paint to the Bataan Risers, minus 22 in that department, and their transition defense was just not enough to hold down the Risers' transition game. 23 fast break points is way too much, and also they gotta get a lot more help from the bench.
Look, these two teams looking to get back on track. Muntinlupa wants to stay at the top of the South Division. And now let's turn you over to Miguel Pere for the starters of Val City and Muntinlupa.
And Muntinlupa Cagers Lacan, live on Solar Sports, the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Let's carry on the starting fives, beginning with Val City Magic. Starting at guard number 22, Lester Alvarez. Also at guard number 39, Kobe Monje. Starting at center number 26, J.R. Alabanza. Forward number 31, John Umali. Also at forward number 8, Louis Vigil. The head coach for Val City is Raymond Valenzuela. Assistant coaches Matthew Siga, Jupin Ledesma, Errol Francisco, and Ian De La Torre. Assistant team manager JB Garcia. Team representative is Brian Kalantok. Now the starting five for Muntinlupa Cagers Lacan. Starting at guard number 3, Patrick Ramos. Center number 6, Mark Sarangay. Forward number 25, Mart Barrera. Also at forward number 26, J.R. Flores. And at two guard number 8, the Iceman, Dark Matiliano. The head coach for the Cagers is Gino Ludovice. Assistant coaches Mark Dandan, Don Bautista, Chico Tirona, John Cabulong, Alvin Danyada, and Delon Hontilano. Team manager is Vince Harder.
Starting five brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Val City Magic starts off with Lester Alvarez and Kobe Monje at the guard spots. At center, J.R. Alabanza. And the forward spots, John Umali and Louis Vigil for Muntinlupa. Patrick Ramos, his second start of the season, along with Domark Matiliano, Mark Sarangay, Mart Barrera, and J.R. Flores. And for Val City, they're switching things up again as they're dead last in terms of bench points, only 24.8 points per game. So you see guys like Lester Alvarez, John Umali normally coming off the bench. And let's see if that could do the trick para dito sa Val City Magic as they get the first possession here of that tip. Alabanza, one of the leading shot blockers in our league. Now he's going right at Mark Sarangay. He can't get it to go. John Umali gets the offensive rebound. The cut inside by Kobe Monhe gets the 2 points.
Nice cut inside by Kobe Monhe, and Umali able to make that pass in traffic.
Sa panig naman nitong Muntinlupa, we saw Mark Barrera and Puroy Kandimbuhan who came into that game against Bataan as their leading scorers. A combined almost 28 points per game. They were a combined 0 out of 9 shooting from the field, only 1 point from those two.
Important for them to try and bounce back dito sa laro na to. I'm sure that's on their minds right now, kaya binigyan rin sila ulit ng starting opportunity ni Coach Gino Ludovice.
Matiliano triggers it to Mark Barrera. That one-hander is apply. Patrick Ramos steps in and gets that shot to go para dito sa Muntinlupa.
This is a guy who really has been developing that mid-range jumper. Oh, that's over and back.
That was a mental lapse from Kobe Monhe. He was clearly past the half-court line. A good, probably more than a foot.
Something that you shouldn't be committing anymore, those kinds of mistakes. Unforced turnover.
Mark Sarangay, the cut by Patrick Ramos, sets up J.R. Flores, gets that floater to go.
Really making a good account of himself. Patrick Ramos got a shot earlier, this time making that delivery.
Louis Vigil sends it to Lester Alvarez. Alabanza up top. Vigil catches it. Laban kay Domark Matiliano, has the size advantage. Louis inside. Alabanza, elbow jumper, bounces out. Louis Vigil swoops in, gets the putback. For all, second deadlock of the ball game. Muntinlupa, one of the best offensive teams so far that we have this season. Jerga Flores gets it to Mark Barrera. Elbow jumper. And the rebound by J.R. Alabanza. Alvarez now going up against the much younger Patrick Ramos. Alabanza. Monhe has the size advantage over Matiliano. Powers through and scores.
Showing us that face-up game, Kobe Monhe driving inside and finishing with power.
Oh, what about that shot? Out of control, but Patrick Ramos able to find a way. Third deadlock of the ball game.
He's definitely picking up from where he left off.
Monhe, poposte na naman. This time, he dumps it to Jer Alabanza, who flips that shot up. Gets fouled. It will be against Mark Sarangay.
See here, Patrick Ramos very aggressive and looking for his shot. He was only 1 out of 7 in that game against the Bataan Risers. Played almost 30 minutes sa laro na yon.
Ron Lastimosa getting a reprieve here. Getting his first minutes for Muntinlupa. Jer Alabanza, those are his numbers. Along with those 9.6 rebounds, 9.6 points, 7.6 rebounds. He does average 2 blocks per contest. Former 3x3 star, J.R. Alabanza. Short on the second. Didn't realize he was already 35 years old po si J.R.
Yeah, actually, pero wala sa itsura eh. No?
Actually, 37 pala, sorry. 37 years old, but yun nga eh. Playing with a lot of energy. Looks really youthful. And has really helped Val City anchor that defensive side of the floor. Alvarez laban kay Ramos. Now it's Louis Vigil. Catch and shoot free. Does not work. At bola babalik sa panig ng Muntinlupa. 6 minutes and 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. You see here, Mark Barrera. So 2 guys from Coach Louie Gonzalez, JRU Heavy Bombers team. So si Patrick Ramos and Mark Barrera starting together for Coach Gino Ludovice. Flores open, way off though on that shot.
That was almost the same spot where he hit that big three-pointer in the end game during that match against Bataan.
We have the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. John Umali. Alabanza doesn't go for the handoff, instead takes it upon himself and lays it up and in.
He's definitely been very more aggressive this season, trying to look for a shot.
Patrick Ramos. Now it's Mark Sarangay trying to get one back at Alabanza. Unsuccessful though. Rebound corralled by John Umali, who gets the ball back from Lester Alvarez. Louis Vigil against Mark Barrera. The pass inside. Alabanza having his way in the paint.
Nice ball movement being shown here by Valenzuela to start.
5-point lead for Val City. Ron Lastimosa. The bounce pass to Sarangay, back to Ron. His free, pops out. Ramos steps in, coolly sinks in that mid-range jumper.
He's got that stroke on automatic. 6 points now in the game para kay Patrick Ramos.
11-8, Val City. That pass off target. Mone could not get to that one. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Sarangay was there to rotate and help. Kaya lang, Alabanza nakakuha na ng magandang angulo dun sa pasa. And was able to protect his body from the defense of Mark Sarangay.
Ramos, this time from free. It rattles out. Jad Formento is in. Their leading scorer so far for Val City.
Let's see if him coming off the bench will solve the bench points ailment of Val City in this season.
John Umali. Kick out. Formento. Shot clock winding down. 3 seconds remaining. Formento. Step back. Will not get a shot off in time. That will not count. JJ Hisalem comes in for the Magic, as well as Marvin Hayes. Under 4 minutes remaining here in quarter number 1. Ramos still on the floor for Muntinlupa. He catches the pass from Lastimosa. Marvin Hayes, his first touch, laban kay John Umali. Entry pass, papunta kay Mark Sarangay. Pivots inside, another block by JR.
Might have gotten hit in the face, but our referees allowing that contact. That was a nice series of moves shown by Mark Sarangay.
Umali. Ooh, was that a shot or a pass?
Also not sure.
But nonetheless, it results into a turnover. John Umali, papaltan muna dito. As well as Alabanza. In comes Kyle Napes and JR Ongteco. So 2 guys who could stretch the floor for the Val City Magic. Now it's Buroy Cantimbuan coming off the bench. His worst outing of the season. Scoreless in 6 attempts.
It might be even his worst outing as a pro.
Really looking aggressive. Gets the basket immediately. And he'll troop to the line for one more.
I'm sure he's given a lot of thought about what happened in their last game in might have said to himself that today is going to be a different scenario and he's going to help his team as much as he can. But this time he's going to do it coming off the bench.
Sablay nga lang yung free throw, but Sarangay able to corral the miss. Kurt Nohera, who missed their game against Bataan.
By the way, congratulations to Kurt,
Yeah.
who got married. That's why he missed that game to Miss Billy Capistrano. Congratulations, Kurt and Billy.
Yeah. 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Formento. This is a fun matchup between him and Puroy Cantimbuhan. Marvin Hayes pokes the ball loose. Siya na magbababa dito para sa Muntinlupa.
A misunderstanding there between Lohera and Marvin Hayes. I think Hayes intended to pass the ball to Katimbuhan.
Val City gets it back. 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. John Formento on the left side. Binigay muna kay Jeron Teco. Back to Formento. Now probing. Oh, gets the step against Puroy Cantimbuhan.
A smooth drive right there by John Formento, turning the corner from the left side and finding the opening. Dipsy-do with the right.
3-guard lineup for Muntinlupa, trying to increase the pace. But they commit another turnover. Ball back to Val City.
Like kung ano ang ginawa sa kanilang Bataan the last game, that's also what they want to do to Val City here. That's why Coach Gino Lodavice experimenting with these 3 guards on the floor. At that time, John Formento beating the defense to the cup.
Formento. Bounce pass inside, Kyle Napes. Extra pass, papunta kay Jeron Teco.
What about the ball movement by Val City in this game? Can Formento setting the tone with that no-look pass and then that extra feed inside as well.
Lohera. Nilabas, papunta kay Marvin Hayes. Same spot, he hit that go-ahead free. Or that three that pushed the lead up to 4. Many fans headed into the exits after he hit that one.
Everybody thought it was already over and a sure deal. Napes was the one responsible for locating Jerome Teco.
Baseline inbound para sa mga naka-asul. Si Ramos di pa rin pinagpapahinga dito. As well as Mark Sarangay. Cantimbuhan. Napes switching onto him. Ramos. Floats one up. Bounces off the rim. 46 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Good job by Val City holding Muntinlupa to only 10 points. Bola na tapik. May foul laban sa Muntinlupa.
Yeah, Marvin Hayes trying to hold on to Jerome Teco, preventing him from trying to get that basketball.
Mark De Leon will come in. He will replace Mark Sarangay. So, Hesalim will trigger it in from the sideline. Bounce pass to Jerome Teco. Formento, laban kay Patrick Ramos. Good screen by yung Teco. John Formento able to escape. Medyo malayo lang yung pasa para kay Kim Lo. Shot clock winding down.
That's a travel.
Yep. Traveling violation call against Jerome Teco. Si Kyle Napes humihiding ng foul. Instead, Muntinlupa has a chance to take and make the last shot of the quarter. Down by 5. Cantimbuhan. Patrick Ramos is open. The fake, sidestep, puts one up and in. Patrick Ramos with 8 points. Hell-bent on bouncing back after he missed 4 free throws against Bataan. And here, finding a good start para dito sa Muntinlupa.
He has been the one that has been leading the charge for the Cagers in this game, trying to make up for that lackluster performance against the Bataan Risers. But on the other hand, Kobe Monje also trying to get Valenzuela back on the winner's circle, along with JR Labanza, and also good plays by John Formento, helping Val City to this lead against Muntinlupa after one.
Val City in front 15-12 over Muntinlupa.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas. 50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It was a demoralizing loss now para sa Val City Magic after they gave Sarangani their first win of the season. Definitely a wake-up call daw for them na masyadong nagpakampante at kumpiyansa sa laro nila, and that is why Sarangani was able to snatch that first win. That's why for Coach Raymond, they had to do a lot of rectifying sa mga bad habits ng players niya, hoping na ma-apply nila ang mga inayos nila sa depensa. Muntinlupa, on the other hand, is back to with that bounce-back mentality na next game daw dapat ang fin-focus nila at wag daw masyadong maging emotional. So 1-point loss nila from Bataan. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. That was Ms. Lyra Punsalan, our third member for panel. Marvin Hayes puts up a free, no good. And for Val City, giving up 102 points against Sarangani on their home floor. That's pretty much unacceptable even to their standards.
And it's nice that they were able to hold Muntinlupa to just 12 points after the first 10 minutes. Kaya lang ang Cagers, they're starting to gain a rhythm here in transition with Puroy Katembuhan trying to spark something para sa kanila.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
Katembuhan getting the steal and also finishing the play para sa Muntinlupa through the contact, making up for his scoreless performance already.
Now has 5 points, tying the ball game up at 15 apiece. Louis Vigil joined by Jerome Teco, Jan Formento, Kyle Napes, and Kobe Monje. This is their usual starting five, no? Itong limang to. And let's see how they will do here to begin quarter number 2.
Arguably their best offensive unit as well.
Rebound by Marge De Leon off that Louis Vigil miss. Kantimbuan joined by Marvin Hayes, Patrick Ramos, Marge De Leon, and Ron Lastimosa. Kantimbuhan off the side of the rim. Vigil surveying the floor. Monje laban kay Ron Lastimosa, trying to post him up. And Kobe Monje falls down on the floor after being fouled by Ron. Yung maganda dito kay Kobe Monje, he is a natural wing player, but because of his size, he could use that to his advantage over smaller defenders. So there, Coach Mark Tandan, welcome back from Pasig, Iloilo. Laman lang pasalubong. Napagod eh. Flight niya kanina lang eh. Eto, Louis Vigil. He was mothered by the defense. Kantimbuhan gets fouled in transition by Jan Formento.
That was a good foul to try and stop the fast break dahil medyo nakakarami na dito sa second quarter. Ito si Puroy Katembuhan on those transition attacks.
Val City, medyo nanlamig na yung opensa nila dito. They've been scoreless for more than 2 minutes. Napakon sila dito at 15 points. May pagkaaton pa lumamang ang Muntinlupa as Puroy Kantimbuhan tried to split 2 defenders there. Foul will be called against Val City. Coach Raymond Valenzuela. Baseline inbound. Kurt Nohera will trigger it in. Lobs it up to Marvin Hayes. Marge De Leon. Lastimosa. Now it's De Leon. Elbow jumper. No. Oh, the tap by Lohera almost went in. Gets it back again. Lastimosa. Swing pass. Cantibuan. Crossover. The jump inside. And Marvin Hayes scores.
Just enough hang time after that deceleration to still try and locate somebody because he was already deep down in that baseline under the basket. Had to look for somebody to pass to. Thankfully, Marvin Hayes was available.
7-0 run by Muntinlupa. Formento puts a stop to that with a big free.
Oh, he's very reliable, especially on those open looks. Ito si John Formento, one of the rare times that he is the one receiving that catch and shoot opportunity.
Former Bataan Riser John Formento. Balik ang labang sa Val City. Pupukol ng 3 si De Leon. Left it short. Rebound Louis Vigil. Val City looking for that flex action. Alabanza. Now at the post. Oh, what a pass. Formento off the glass and in.
Didn't even have to jump. Just had to kiss it off the glass. Basic basketball para kay John Formento.
5-0 personal run by John Formento, bringing the lead up to 3, 2017. Cantimbuhan. Binigay muna ay Ron Lastimosa, who launches and buries the triple.
They missed his services in their last game. Now back into the lineup. That will certainly give them a big boost from the outside. His presence on the floor, plus also one of the better defenders.
More than 4 minutes gone by in quarter number 2. Monje shackled by a double team. Cantimbuan gets the step, lays it up and in with his left hand.
Once again, transition attack spearheaded by Puroy Cantimbuhan.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
It began once again with a defensive stop, a steal that led to the basket on the break.
And now Muntinlupa back in the driver's seat. They are in the lead, 22-20. We'll pause for a break.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Hati mo si Manny!
$22-20 ang ating talaan. Muntinlupa answering that 5-0 John Formento run with a 5-0 run of their own. Val City trying to tie or retake the lead. Alabanza. They dump it down low to Louis Vigil. Nilabas papunta kay Guarino, who takes that free and makes it.
Ang bagong pasok sa laro na to. Just came in and right away making an impact with that downside shot.
This is Neil Guarino, played for Letran, di ba?
Yes. Another guy who is very lengthy and who gives a lot of versatility to this Val City squad. I'd like to see him get more playing time.
Because he's a guy that is a wing player, could stretch the floor.
Parang
has
si
that
Kobe
length.
Monje rin.
Yun nga eh, yung mga Letran boys eh. Yung mga prototype eh. 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances. Yung mga ano eh, pag napapansin ko yung mga Dominican School, UST, Letran.
O si Ira Batalier, ganyan din eh.
Oo. Lastimosa. Pasa kay Puroy Cantimbuhan. laban kay Jan Formento. Puroy momentarily lost it. In fact, he commits a turnover. Dribbling violation. Kinokontest niya na tapik daw. Pero nangyari yata na tapik pero hindi bumagsak sa sahig. Was that the reason why it was called a double dribble?
Yeah, it was hard to tell actually from where we are sitting.
Nonetheless, Val City gets the ball back. Trying to extend the lead. Formento, great patience. The up fake and the hoop.
You know, for a young player, he's playing with a lot of veteran savvy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not one of the youngest players that we have here in the league. Pero sa team niya, isa sa mga pinakabata.
Kung titignan mo paano siya gumalaw, never in a rush.
Yeah, kontrolado. Always very calculated. He sees things 2 or 3 steps ahead.
Guarino off the heel this time. Rebound, Mark Sarangay, who appeared to tweak his ankle. Going for the rebound. Oh, Puroy, aggressive drive. Off the window. Thought he was fouled.
Already 10 points in this game. Ken off the bench.
These two guys going at it. Jan Formento and Puroy Gantimbuhan. Monhe, sasalaksak. Rebound, Marvin Hayes. Sends it to Ron Lastimosa. Gantimbuhan. Asking for a screen from Mark Sarangay. Puroy. Bounce pass to Mark. Marvin Hayes. 4 seconds remaining. Sarangay gets pushed by Jair Alabanza.
May problema, penalty na dito ang Valenzuela.
This is of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Nice split action on the left side para sa Val City. And got lost in the shuffle yung depensa ng Muntinlupa.
Mark Sarangay, who showed his toughness playing through a bloodied mouth as we thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. If you remember that game, tuloy-tuloy yung pagdugo dun sa bibig niya nun eh. But he was able to gut it out. Hesalem, bandang itaas, laban kay Lastimosa. Has yet to take a shot. Guarino fires his third three-point attempt and knocks down his second. Former Letran Knight. And now putting some magic in for Val City.
Salem not exploiting that mismatch against Sarangay. Saw that Guarino was the better option offensively there. Passed it and Neil doing the rest.
Timeout requested here by Muntinlupa. They're down by 4.
Para sa atletang Pilipino.
Para sa kabataang Pilipino.
Para sa kababaihan, para sa pamilyang Pilipino.
Para sa kinabukasan. At ito po ang MPBL Party List number 77 sa balota.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 4-point lead. J-Boy Gob also in. I think his first appearance for tonight, as well as EJ Bongay. Bongay had a solid outing in their win against Bacolod. Had 8 points. Did not play against Bataan, as well as Kurt Lohera, who slithers down the lane. He gets blocked by Kyle Napis. John Umali magbabalik para sa Val City Magic. Baltan muna ito si Neil Guarino. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here. Rebound Kyle Napes off that Muntinlupa cager miss. Formento bouncing it to Kyle Napes. Back to John. Against Puroy Kantimbuhan. 2 minutes remaining. Hesalem is guarded by Bongay. This is a long free. He can hit that though, but can't connect on that one. Kantimbuhan has Monhe on him. Pulls it back out. Working with EJ Bongay. Kantimbuhan. Bongay puts up that free. No good. The rebound again by Kyle Napes. Nothing really happening in the last couple of sequences for Muntinlupa. Again, one of the best offensive teams held to only 24 points at this juncture. John O'Malley showing the moves on.
And showing everybody else that he's not just an outside shooter, but a guy with many moves.
Yeah, actually sa team na to, hindi siya masyadong tumitiran ng tres like we've used to see him doing with Baranyaki, no? Because usually, basta may little daylight, talagang bibira yan si John O'Malley. But here, we see here, the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Oh, the thing is, he's been getting set up kasi karamihan ng mga times below the three-point line on those kinds of cuts, and couldn't really find himself in a position to sometimes set himself up for an opportunity to shoot the outside shot.
Oo, sanay tayo dyan. Sa Baranyaki, walang bad shot eh. Di ba?
But alam naman natin rin na pag may oportunidad, ay hindi naman yan hihit.
Oo. At meron timeout na hiniling ang Val City. Nananatiling abante dito ng 5 puntos, 30-25 with 56 seconds remaining here in the first half. Check out our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. Sila ba ay sa fire department?
Mukhang, our friends from the BFP.
Yeah. Everyday heroes.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, Val City trying to extend the lead. Mel Mabigat is in the last minute for Val City. Kyle Napes for free. No good. Tapigan ng bola. It ends up with EJ Bongay. Patrick Ramos has played heavy minutes here in the first half. J-Boy Gob. Hook shot. That one goes in.
Also, very nice execution from Patrick Ramos, driving inside through the middle and finding J-Boy Gob. So wala nang iba dun sa kanyang laro from the first quarter up to now.
Muntinlupa's fouls to give. That's why the coaching staff was hollering. But nonetheless, good stand on defense by EJ Bongay, forcing that miss from Lester Alvarez. And now, we head into the halftime with a close game between Val City and Muntinlupa, and it's Val City ahead by just 30-27.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad 50 Para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MP! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It is halftime of our second game between the Muntinlupa Cagers and Val City Magic. Our halftime score is 27-30 in favor of Val City Magic. Ako po si Lyra Punsalan at kasama ko ngayon ang team manager ng Muntinlupa Cagers, Sir Vince Harder. Sir Vince, how did you translate that 1-point loss from Bataan to be a motivation in facing Val City Magic today?
Yeah, actually it reminded us that the team is not invincible or we're one of the super teams dito sa MPBL. No? It just reminded us that we really need to focus on our strength alone and to stay within the system. Kasi we believe yung 4 wins namin, it comes from dun sa system ni Coach Gino na sinusunod namin. Kaya lang last time was a different ball game. So we're still in the learning curve for us as a team and maaga pa naman yung tournament. So we believe there's a lot of learnings during that game.
Anong key focus ng Cagers to be able to power through for the second half?
I think we just need to stick with the game plan and we need to be more aggressive dun sa rebounds, no? And mga loose balls, mga 50-50 chance balls. I think yun yung mga kailangan naming mga makuha, no? So I think that's it.
Any greetings?
Yeah, we have. Okay. So, Muntinlupa Cagers would like to acknowledge our team owners, Kaiser and Grace Galvez, Attorney JMC of Marilao, Bulacan, Boss Aya Saicon, our team governor, Governor Ricardo Dong Padilla, Mayor Rufy Biason, Lacan, Lakas ng Camarines Norte, Paramount Logistics, GEMC Foundation, Perea Moto District, Agostea Ship Manning, Elbergs, Hoop Spirit Gym, Tel Athletics, Tito Rex, Alvarez Family of Angeles Resort, Gems Shoes Las Piñas, and I would also like to greet my wife si Dailin, my sons Theodore and Via, and yung mom ko na nasa US si Evelyn, and my dad si Luis. Yeah.
Maraming salamat, Sir Vince Harder, the team manager of Muntinlupa Cagers. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administration ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi ipagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabatikos yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap, yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang narating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked, and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo. Isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog sa kanila lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pari-parihong tao, may puso na ramdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan magyabang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayong lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa tagunlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MP! Kahati mo, si Manny!
We have a close game at the half. Muntinlupa Cagers 27 and Val City with 30 points. And it was a game of runs for both of these teams. Maganda yung simula ng Val City Magic kontra Muntinlupa, but the second unit of Muntinlupa came back. But again, Val City regaining their bearings and they take a 3-point lead at the half.
It's such a high percentage from the field for Val City, but they only had 23 attempts. Kaya ng 57%, that's a very high clip, including 3 out of 7 from the outside. But what they haven't been doing is being able to score on the break, which Muntinlupa has somehow tried to do. They had 5 points, all of them, I believe, coming in the second quarter. Pero marami silang mga transition scoring opportunities as well. So it's not just the 5 points that they've been having, but they've been really trying to speed up the pace in this game, and those 17 bench points, mainly responsible for that for Muntinlupa is that guy on your screen, Puroy Katimbuhan.
Katimbuhan with 10 points. Patrick Ramos had 8, played logged really a lot of minutes para sa Muntinlupa in the first half. And Rolas Limosa, 3 points. Flores, so far, only 2 points. Sa panig naman ng Val City coming off the bench. Jan Formento with 9, 6 naman for Neil Guarino, 5 points for Jer Alabanza, and then to round out the scoring, Kobe Monhe with 4. So, binanggit nga natin na dead last itong Val City sa bench points pagpasok nitong laro ito. And that was addressed by tweaking yung lineup nila ngayon. So, Formento and Guarino both came off the bench. And we highlighted earlier about Muntinlupa shooting only 1 out of 14 from 3-point distance. They came into this game as the number 1 team in terms of 3-point makes and 3-point percentage. 9.6 freeze ay contest shooting 40.3% from that distance. And that's a huge weapon so far for them, especially in their wins. And let's see if they could make up some ground here to begin the third quarter. Lester Alvarez, Alabanza, Louis Vigil, Jer Ongteco, and Kobe Monhe, the 5 on the floor for Val City Magic. Ongteco gets fouled. That was Jera Flores, caught out of position. Ongteco at the line. 7.5 points, almost 4 rebounds a contest. Former Benilde Blazer. Also played for Iloilo. Ito si Jera Ongteco. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Roy Katimbuhan will set the table for Muntinlupa. He's joined by Patrick Ramos, Mark Sarangay, Jera Flores, and Marvin Hayes. Oh, Flores carved out space but could not finish the reverse. Alvarez. Alabanza. Fakes the handoff. Ngayon, popostehan niya si Sarangay. Natapikan siya sa likod.
Travel, yeah.
Second time that Ongteco shuffled his feet. And let's see here how Muntinlupa will respond after that poor shooting in the first half. Katimbuhan. This time starting here in the third. Flores, hand off to Puroy Katimbuhan. He attacks. The layup is good from Puroy.
He continues to remain aggressive here to start the second half. Ito si Puroy Katimbuhan. And Valenzuela has had no answer to him.
Vigil now has the size mismatch over Patrick Ramos. And foul against the former JRU heavy bomber in Patrick Ramos.
Here, two-man game. Flores handing it off to Katimbuhan. And zero interior defense. Well, there were people inside, but nobody really giving Katimbuhan resistance on that shot.
Alvarez, skip pass. Louis Vigil. Laban ulit kay Patrick Ramos. Bola na tapik. Only 2 seconds sa shot clock dito ng Val City. Let's see what they will do in this possession. Val City Magic. Oh, that pass. Oh, it finds Ongteco, but only hitting the side of the backboard. We have a shot clock violation. Bola babalik sa Muntinlupa. Turnover story natin, 10. Laban dito sa Val City Magic, 2 lang for Muntinlupa.
What's been most impressive about Muntinlupa in this game. Just turning the ball over 2 times.
Katimbuhan. The drop to Flores. Flip shot does not work. Patrick Ramos, catch and shoot. Good!
And he continues his strong showing offensively in this game, Patrick Ramos.
Now was 9 points. Balikan lamang sa Muntinlupa, 32-31. Vigil against Patrick Ramos. Punta sila sa labas. Ongteco drives. Scoop shot is good, plus a foul.
At that time, trying to attack from the outside. Ito si JR Ongteco. Caught Sarangay with that fake on top. And then able to make that scoop shot with the right hand.
Completes the 3-point play. JR Ongteco. Balik ang lamang sa Val City, 34-32. Ramos. Nasundutan.
That's an offensive foul.
Great defense by Louis Vigil.
or Louis Vigil may be known as an offensive player, but you could expect him to also try and play defense.
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And that's despite the hamstring difficulties that he's been having over the past few weeks.
Very tricky ang injury na yan. And he's gutting it out. Perhaps not moving really well, but still. Here he is, posting up Patrick Ramos. Fadeaway jumper by Louis Vigil. Rebound, Mark Sarangay. Kantimbuhan. The spin. 2 shots will be given to Broy Kantimbuhan after getting fouled.
That's a move he does so well.
Oh, no, yung ikot.
He crosses over to one side, tapos ibabalik niya ulit. Usually it's left to right. Crosses over to the left and then spins back to the right.
He is struggling at the line, not only this game, but in the season. Came in averaging only 57.1%. Oh, 2 misses. Lane violation laban sa Muntinlupa. Papasok sa loob si Jan Formento. Pati na rin si JJ Hesalem. Almost 2 minutes gone by. 3 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Formento gets it to Hesalem. You notice Val City really deliberate on their offense. Not really a good transition team. Formento. Oh, the backdoor. Hesalem doesn't get it. Muntinlupa. This is a team that thrives in transition. Let's see if they could put that up in. Marvin Hayes. Kantimbuhan. Swing pass. Flores. Laban kay Kobe Monhe. JR. Mid-range jumper. Rolls out. Marvin Hayes swoops in. Gets the putback.
Almost a good brush screen set by Mark Sarangay on JR Flores, allowing JR for that open look near the elbow. Was halfway down, but good thing Marvin Hayes was there to clear the offensive rebound and get them a putback.
Tabla na naman. Formento though nails a 3-pointer.
Each time he goes for a shot, Formento, he's always very efficient from the field most of the time.
Rebound on Teco. Tatakbo ang Val City. But they pull it back out. Formento. That one was well challenged by Patrick Ramos. Puroy draws contact. Will head to the line, but it's been an adventure for him so far in that area.
See here, Formento, a little head and shoulder fake before going up for that shot. And Ramos is a few inches away from trying to bother that shot by Jan Formento.
Roy finally cashes in on the first free throw. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Babasa isang lamang ng Val City Magic. Hesalem, laban kay Tomark Matiliano. There's not really one guy from either squad that has had the scoring punch. As you see Hesalem, that was halfway down, that 3-point attempt. Even Matiliano has been really silent so far in this game.
I don't think he's even attempted in this game.
Kantimbuhan, nilabas kay Flores. High arcing free. And he's been really struggling in this game after going for that huge performance against Bataan. Napes off the side of the rim. Kantimbuhan in transition. And this is where the Cagers thrive.
Unselfish play. Because he's such a threat, of course, the defense was ready to try and stop him, but Hayes doing a good job of trailing that transition attack.
Past the halfway point of the third quarter. Alabanza, he tries a free. No good. Ball ends up with Puroy Kantimbuan. Puroy. Pasa muna kay Marvin Hayes. Punta sila sa kaliwa kay Tomark Matiliano. Down low they go. Gerald Flores. Lapes falls down. Flores follows up his own miss. 40-37. Lapes was asking for a foul, non-given. Alabanza. 2 shots for JR after the foul by Mark Sarangay. Last break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig free installation for split-type air conditioners.
Anytime you have your big man running the play, they say always reward your big man. That time, Puroy Kantimbuan rewarding Marvin Hayes for running and trailing that fast break.
Alabanza, pasok yung unang free throw. Six points, 5 rebounds. Mintes yung pangalawang free throw. Matiliano. This is Sarangay getting a free run to the rim. 7-point turnaround now for Muntinlupa after trailing by 3 at the half. They're up by 4, 42-38. Alabanza. Nilabas yung bola kay Formento, who continues his hot shooting.
They definitely needed that shot. Talking about Val City, they want to avoid falling into a deep hole against Muntinlupa.
38.5% from 3-point distance itong Val City Magic. Mantala 2 of 16 lamang itong Muntinlupa. Make that 2 of 17. That's why this is just a 1-point ball game. This was the pass by Alabanza. And Jan Formento once again leading the way para dito sa Val City Magic. At ngayon, isa na lang kailangan nilang habulin. 42-41, will pause for break.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Jan Formento with 29 points, 19 coming in the second half. Had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 50% shooting from the field today. Picking up from where he left off, 13 points and shooting a blistering pace, 6 out of 7 shooting from the field.
He really tried to get Val City out of that hole against Sarangani, but they were just really too late. And he did have a lot of help in that second half. He practically carried Valenzuela on his shoulders in the third and fourth quarters.
Rios is in for Val City, who tries that shot in traffic. One and done by Val City. 3 minutes remaining here in the third. Kantimbuan, bounce pass to Mark Sarangay. Pinalik kay Puroy. Napes switching on to him. Marge De Leon, entry pass. Sarangay tried to seal off Hesalem. And he will be called with that foul. So far, we've had 6 deadlocks, 8 lead changes. 2 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. March De Leon. Handoff to Puroy Cantimbuhan. Laban kay Jesalem. It's Marvin Hayes. Eye to eye with Rios. Kuya Marv. Also struggling in this game. Has yet to find the touch. Formento. Pinasa muna kay Kyle Napes. Jesalem. Jacks up with free. It's good! First 3 points of the ball game for JJ Jesalem.
A 3-point shot has been very kind to Valenzuela today compared to Muntinlupa.
They're now at 6 threes itong Val City. 2 minutes remaining. Matiliano, they need him to get going but his struggles continue. Meron tulak laban sa Val City though. Si Rios yung mapipituan doon.
Katimbuhan went under the screen kasi malayo nga naman yung pinag-handoffan. But Jesalem, this guy has big range and was able to launch it and knock it down from a few feet beyond the 3-point line.
Mel Mabigat is in at the tail end of the quarter again. Now he's tasked to guard Puroy Cantimbuhan. Off the glass though, Marge De Leon able to put that one back up.
First basket of the game para sa kanya, working hard underneath.
7th time that we are tied, 44 all. This is the specialty of the house for Umali but could not connect. Cantimbuhan. Lohera is in. He drives right. Natapikan. He recovers. Nilabas muna kay Puroy. 11 on their shot clock. Cantimbuhan. Skip pass to Flores. Lohera at the elbow. Way off the mark. Matiliano. Wala pa din.
Lots of patience exhibited there on that offensive set by Muntinlupa. Just couldn't end up with a basket.
Oh, Formento. Just the perseverance, able to score. Getting the bump, kissing it off the glass and in. Formento now has 15 points. Marge De Leon. Now it's with Puroy Cantimbuhan. Cross court. Flores continues to fire from deep. And the Muntinlupa Cagers continue to miss. Formento again, this time he's fouled.
Yeah, I think Flores and Matiliano should hit their stride sooner than later here para sa Muntinlupa. Bubunot ng malalim mula sa bench si Coach Gino Ludovice. In comes Francis Abarcar for the Muntinlupa Cagers.
Formento at the line. Played for St. Clair, won the NASCO Rookie of the Year. But he won also a championship while playing for the Saints. He was teammates with guys like Joshua Fontanilla, Edsel Rojas, Joseph Peña Redondo.
Si Coach Gino Manansala meron talagang eye for talented point guards, no?
Grabe. Abarcar, kakapasok lang, committing an 8-second backcourt violation. Pero, teka
I think that was too early.
Tignan natin I think they're reviewing it. Was it a case of hindi na reset yung shot clock?
Could be.
Let's see here because I think Muntinlupa had a chance to go for the final shot.
Yes.
And Coach Raymond Valenzuela. Coach Mark Dandan talking to some of the Muntinlupa Cagers. And while Muntinlupa has been missing from beyond the arc, itong Val City naman, no, wala silang masyadong easy baskets din eh. So, in turn, nagka-cancel out lang din. And I think our referees will rectify that last call.
Inverted whistle.
We're not getting an explanation at the moment as to why it happened. Pero sa pagbasa ko ng sitwasyon, parang may isang second na lang sila to cross the half-court line. Let's see here. And they in fact do. Ito, pagkakataon to get the last shot of the quarter. That's a bad foul.
Yeah, and this is certainly a nice substitution by Coach Gino Ludovice to insert Francis Abarcar at these late quarter situations, because he may ride the bench the whole game, but he's a very experienced player, and he's a guy who doesn't crumble under pressure. Really very composed, and a guy who knows what to do in these kinds of situations.
Making both his free throws. 6 seconds remaining. Kobe Mone. Kyle Napes puts up a shot. And he thought he was fouled there by Jerica Flores. Third quarter comes to an end. And Val City and Muntinlupa, not much separating from these two squads. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Well, for Val City, it was Jan Formento leading the offensive charge. But on the other side, Puroy Katimbuhan, it's been a duel between these two guards. They've been showcasing their different talents on the floor, scoring-wise, facilitating, but also the outside shot has been on point for the Magic in this game.
And now we head into the fourth quarter. These two teams just separated by a point, 47-46.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Fourth quarter coming underway between these two squads. Fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. And magandang gabi po sa ating mga kaligan na nanonood this Monday night. And a fun way to start off the week with Val City and Muntinlupa having a close encounter. Quarter scoring po natin, ganyan mo kadikit. 15-12 in favor of Val City in quarter number 1. 15 points apiece by both these squads in the second. And then pagdating ng third quarter, medyo nakalamang itong Muntinlupa, 19-17. That's why they only trail by 1. But this is a far cry from what we're used to seeing these Cagers do, which is put points on the board. And Jera Flores seeks to rectify that here in the fourth quarter.
He also wants to rectify his low scoring output in this game.
One and done by Val City. Flores susugod. Dumps it down low to Marge De Leon. Pivots his way inside. What a move! Count it, plus a foul.
Big boy move by Marge De Leon. To the delight of his teammates, flexing their muscles from the bench. But Marge De Leon flexing his muscles on the court here against John O'Malley.
Picks her great move of the game, born for greatness. the Lubao, Pampanga native, March De Leon. Also played a key role for JRU under Coach Louis Gonzalez. But he can't complete the three-point play. Muntinlupa though in the midst of a 6-0 run. Salim. Nakaagaw ang Muntinlupa. 5 on the floor for the Cagers. Abarcar, Raf Flores, Marge De Leon, Domark Matiliano, and Kurt Lohera. Raflo, nilabas papunta kay Domark. Back to Raflo. Gets pushed by Gio Ongteco. Louis Vigil comes in. He will replace a fellow UST Growling Tiger in JJ Hesalem. Kurt Lohera. 9 seconds on their shot clock. Lohera rises up from the free throw line and he'll head to the 15-foot line for 2 free throws.
They certainly missed Kurt Lohera's energy. He gives them a lot of different things. He can attack the basket, can go for those pull-up jumpers, and his defensive energy also very superb.
Free throw the game brought to you by Extreme, your one ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Wait. Is there... Hindi. Kala ko disconcerting eh. So one more free throw for Kurt Lohera. 2 for 2 on the line. 8 straight points for the Cagers. The 5 on the floor for Val City Magic. Louis Vigil, Jer Alabanza, JR Ongteco, Kobe Monje, and Jan Formento. This is Louis Vigil able to turn the corner.
Only his first basket here in this game, Louis Vigil.
52-49. Raf Flores steps back. The threes have not been falling so far for Muntinlupa, yet they're still up by 3. Matiliano, bounce pass inside. Raf Flores. Ongteco got a piece of that one. Numbers here for Val City Magic. Rare opportunity in transition, and Louis Vigil converts.
Back-to-back hits for Louis Vigil. You know, he may hold him scoreless the entire game, but when push comes to shove, and especially in a close game like this, Louis Vigil is up for the challenge to put points on the board.
Abarcar. Supply yung kanyang tira sa labas. That's a hard foul given up by Tunoy Abarcar.
That's a good foul to prevent the fast break.
Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Decelerating and just using all of that concentration to get that shot inside. Ito si Louis Vigil.
Now he will trigger it in from the sideline. Kyle Napes is in for Jer Ongteco. Formento laban kay Patrick Ramos. Entry pass of Napes to Alabanza. Foul will be called against Marge De Leon. Seven minutes and 27 seconds remaining. Coach Gino, Coach Mark Dandan trying to figure out a way for Muntinlupa to get a win here. Must be tough returning to this very same floor where they suffered that painful loss against Bataan.
Yeah, I'm sure it haunted them. Especially might have been in their dreams after that game.
Alabanza sweeps in that shot. Lamang na naman ang Val City.
There have been a big change of leads here in this game.
Lohera sa loob. The reverse is good.
He moves well without the basketball. Ito si Kurt Lohera. Something we may not have seen a lot from Muntinlupa because wala siya nung kanilang last game.
Louis Vigil could not answer. Matiliano has struggled. But his teammates have picked up the slack, especially this guy, Kurt Lohera. But he could not connect from downtown. Formento, short. And that rebound ends up with Marvin Hayes. Lohera this time on the other side. Marvin Hayes, bagyang na libre, bubukol ng dress, yes! Marvin Hayes coming alive here in the fourth quarter.
Kuya Marv gunning from the outside. Pass by Kurt Lohera. Nobody on Marvin Hayes. It was a late challenge by, I think that was JR Labanza. And it's just too late to try and bother Marvin Hayes to hit that three-point shot.
Muntinlupa in front by 4, 57-53.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. Marvin Hayes, monstrous performance in that loss against Bataan. 12 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, including that big 3 nung overtime period. Pero hindi naging sapat, no? Pero dito, 9 na puntos, 7 rebounds. Kay Kuya Marv. Si Vigil, pinilit, nilabas muna kay Jer Alabanza. Dapat kay Marvin Hayes, and he shuffled his feet. Turnover off the timeout.
Drag that pivot foot there to si JR Alabanza. And that's what you hate coming out of a timeout if you're a head coach. But Coach Raymond Valenzuela telling his boys and egging them on to focus on the next play.
Approaching 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Lohera gets past Louis Vigil. Was met hard by JR Labanza, who helps Kurt Lohera get up. Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Once again, moving without the basketball. Well, ito si Kurt Lohera. 2 lefties connecting there. Hayes to Kurt.
Kurt Lohera at the line. Of course, we knew him playing for La Salle and won a championship there. And referee sorting things out here. It's going to be 2 shots for Kurt Lohera. Played for Davao Occidental last season. He's been struggling a bit, especially finishing at the rim, no? Kasi Kurt Lohera. Shooting numbers only 27% from the field.
But this game has been different para sa kanya.
That's certainly something Muntinlupa is hoping that he could do, which is to adjust well sa gusto nilang gawin dito.
Well, siguro, syempre, riding on the heels pa of being a newlywed man.
Eto. Turnover na naman laban sa Valle City. Marvin Hayes sa loob. Patrick Ramos. This is something that they weren't able to do against Bataan. Talking about Muntinlupa.
Yeah, they weren't able to run a lot. That's because also yung mga rebounds nila, hindi na nila nakuha.
Kasi nga nung laro nila against Bataan, they came in as the #1 team in points off turnovers. Pero yung Bataan pa, yung nagkaroon ng edge doon. And the Risers had 23 fast break points, 44 points in the paint. But it's been a different story today. We've seen them pick up the pace, especially here in the fourth quarter. Patrick Ramos sablay yung pangalawang free throw. But this is an 8-0 run being dished out here by the Muntinlupa Cagers. Kyle Napes hesitated a bit, but it eventually, that pass finding its way to JR Alabanza.
Who's been very active offensively tonight.
Lohera. Pasa kay Marvin Hayes. Just inside the arc. That one rolls out. This is Rios getting the rebound. Oh, just out of control there. Numbers for the guys in blue. Lohera rolls a pass inside. Marvin Hayes, no good. Alabanza is a bit in disbelief. Kanina pa siya humihingi ng foul on the other side. I think he will get warned here. It's the entire Val City team getting warned for improper bench rigor.
Well, kasi kanina pa sila nasa penalty dito eh.
The veteran Lester Alvarez comes in. Monje will get a breather. So 2-point guard setup for Coach Raymond Valenzuela. Ayun nga, si Jer Alabanza yung mawawarn dito for unsportsmanlike behavior. He's having a conversation with referee Zen Mananzala. Kuya Marv at the line. Short on the first free throw. Coach Gino Ludovice looking on. He wants to bounce back here and get back into the win column. Ooh, 2 misses. Ball will stay with Muntinlupa though, after Val City was unable to secure the defensive rebound. We have a timeout by the Cagers. 4 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the fourth. Muntinlupa, abante ng 5, 60-55.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100%'ong Pinas,
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Next games po ng Muntinlupa on May 1st, laban sa Manila. On the 5th, they will square off against Zamboanga Sikat. And then on the 10th, they will go up against the Imos Brotherhood. Good set of games in schedule for the Muntinlupa Cagers, who are looking to get their 5th win. They won their first 4 games. Nada pa sila last Wednesday dito laban sa Bataan. Just past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Sarangay, nasa yung pasa ni Puroy. Kakapasok lang para dito sa Muntinlupa. Atiliano. Bola napunta kay Marvin Hayes. Another 3 here in the fourth for Kuya Marv.
He makes up for those 2 straight missed free throws earlier.
12 points now for the former JRU Heavy Bomber, Marvin Hayes. Napes. Bounce pass inside. A good foul by Mark Sarangay before Alabanza gathered. Picks up that foul.
Nice setup right there on the left wing, locating Marvin Hayes. Wide open for that shot.
Baseline inbound lamang para dito sa Val City. 8 puntos, kailangan nilang habulin dito. Formento, pupukol sa 3. That's probably not a good shot, but he was asking for a foul.
They still had a lot of time on the clock.
J-Boy Gob comes in for Mark Sarangay. Royce setting the table for the Cagers. Marvin Hayes on the right side. Hand off to Domart Batiliano. Laban kay Louis Vigil. Atake si Domart. Backdoor. Cut of Patrick Ramos. Fades away. Oh my goodness. Patrick Ramos.
A smarter decision right there. Spinning away from the basket and fading away. Pero ganda ng timing ng cut niya.
Plus 11 ang Muntinlupa in this quarter. That was John Formento with 18 points. Ramos on the right side against Lester Alvarez. Puts the ball on the deck, lays it up and in. Patrick Ramos in his second start has 14 points.
Started strong earlier in this game, and now he's looking to finish strong para sa Muntinlupa. Definitely a much better game from that last match.
Napes wala. Putback din ni Alabanza, hindi magtatagumpay doon. 10 na ang lamang ng Muntinlupa, 67-57. Patrick Ramos will slow things down. He thinks he has this advantage here over Lester Alvarez. Filling out the defense though with that shot. Formento now has 20.
This is far from over. This is just an 8-point lead. Muntinlupa now, I think, would be better off trying to chip away more clock.
5th 20-point outing for John Formento this season. 5 times he's reached the 20-point mark. Marvin Hayes in trouble, puts up that shot. It did not hit the rim. Shot clock violation against the Cagers.
Well, they failed to score, but at least they get 24 seconds off the clock.
Lohera and Sarangay return. Out comes J-Boy Gob and Patrick Ramos. How about Patrick Ramos in his second start? Nung unang start niya, he had 13 points here, eclipsing that with 14 markers. Seems like he prefers starting over coming off the bench as we head to the last 2 minutes. Kyle Napes, free run to the rim. Cuts the lead down to 6. Muntinlupa not yet out of the woods. Have they learned their lesson from the last game? Lohera. Oh, great 2-man game. Sarangay, extra pass. Mark Batiliano finally scores. First 2 points of the ball game for the Iceman.
What a way to get your first bucket here in this game. Kurt Lohera playing the 2-man game with Mark Sarangay and the big man out of Mapua making that extra pass. Very unselfish play, even though this is a guy that has not been able to make a basket this entire match, recognizing his ability here in the end game.
69-61, Muntinlupa now with the lead up by 8 with 1 minute and 36 seconds remaining here in the fourth.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MB! Hati mo, si Manny!
Next 3 games ng Val City Magic. May 6 laban sa Imus Brotherhood on the 14th against the Rizal Centro Mall Golden Coolers. And then on May 20, they will take on the South Division champions, the Quezon Huskers. All teams from the South Division ang kanilang susunod na mga kalaban sa kanilang tatlong sunod na laro. At ngayon, they're trying to climb back of this hole. Muntinlupa looking good. Napes, 3-point shot does not work. Rebound corralled by Kurt Loera.
Absolutely no need to rush here for Muntinlupa.
75 seconds remaining. Muntinlupa will burn some time here. Kantimbuhan. Off the bounce. The layup. It's in. And a foul to boot.
For a guy that was virtually non-existent in the stat sheet in their last game against Bataan, he was matched up against an up-and-coming point guard in Robbie Darang. Today, matched up against John Formento, he steps up to the plate even though he's coming off the bench and might have just made the winning basket para dito sa Muntinlupa.
We have a coach's challenge from Val City. We'll return after this break.
But review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Ball on the floor stays.
Bigo.
Foul on number 26.
Si Coach Raymond Valenzuela sa kanyang pag-challenge. He was asking for an offensive foul called against Puroy Kantimbuhan. Because they thought he warded off with his left hand. But unsuccessful free throw given to Puroy. What a bounce back for Kantimbuhan. Scoreless outing, 5 turnovers against Bataan. Pero dito sa larong ito, leading the way for Muntinlupa. And he got some help. Patrick Ramos was the one who started at the point guard spot. Provided some muscle in the first quarter.
A good ploy by Coach Gino Lodovice to put ito si Puroy Kantimbuhan off the bench.
Alabanza fighting for it. But Ramos ends up with it. But it was intercepted by John Formento. Deep in the paint. Now has 22 points. 72-63. I think if you're Val City, they need to foul here. Oh, offensive foul against Mark Sarangay. That's his last foul. Pero, i-challenge ba ng Muntinlupa? I think they will do.
Yeah, they haven't used it yet tonight. And they still have one timeout left.
All right then. Let's see if Coach Gino will be successful. We'll return after this break.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
Ekis din si Coach Gino sa kanyang pang-challenge. So offensive foul laban kay Mark Sarangay. He is done for the evening here. Gumagalaw eh. I mean, it was marginal contact, but just that slight movement was enough for the referees to blow the whistle. Puroy returns for Patrick Ramos. Val City. Time not on their side. Napes, quick free. No! Napunta kay Alabanza yung bola. Susugod. Louis Vigil could not control the offensive board. And Marvin Hayes controls it. And I think Val City will not foul anymore. And what a way for Muntinlupa to bounce back from that heartbreaking loss against the One Bataan Risers last Wednesday. And they return here, exercise their demons, and able to regroup, get this important win against the Val City Magic. Unfortunately for Val City, they suffer another loss in a game where they led here early in the fourth quarter. And our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Puroy Kantimbuhan led the way in scoring para dito sa Muntinlupa. And what a bounce back from here after being scoreless. And here, he has 21 points to lead the way para dito sa Muntinlupa. Our final score, 63 for Val City, 72 for Muntinlupa. Let's go to Lyra.
I'm with the best player of the game, John Kantimbuhan of Muntinlupa Cagers. John, congratulations. It's a close game. What motivated you para wag bumitaw sa laro?
Natuto na kami dun sa last game namin. So masyado kami naging kumpiyansa. So lamang kami ng 4, natalo pa kami in 11 seconds ganun. Then natuto rin ako sa mga live turnovers ko nung game na yun. So talagang kailangan ko bumawi. Hindi ko sinasayang yung mga tiwalang binibigay ng coaches, ng teammates, at ng management. So
what's your personal goal para makakontribute palalo at maging consistent ang mga panalo ng team nyo?
Siyempre, una-una, kailangan namin mag-ensayo ng hard. So, lahat talaga pinaghahandaan namin. So, pinag-uusapan nga namin, hindi naman kami sobrang lakas na team. So, lalaban lang kami, kada game, hanggang dulo. So, yun, nagiging maganda naman yung gelling namin. So, kailangan pa namin talaga mag-ensayo. Malayo pa yung liga, mahaba pa.
Any greetings?
Siyempre, yung unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord God na binigay niya yung panalo. Safe kami nakapunta rito. Tapos binabati ko muna syempre yung misis ko sa bahay. Then love you, yung anak ko, si Brayden, si Second. Tapos lahat ng taga-Andrea, kay Coach Beans. Tapos syempre, Muntinlupa Cagers would like to acknowledge our team honors. Kay Boss Kaiser and Ma'am Grace Galvez, Attorney Jemsi, Boss Aya Saicon, Team Governor Ricarte Padilla, Mayor Rupi Biason. Our sponsor, syempre, nagpapasalamat kami sa Lakas ng Camarines Norte, Paramount Logistics, GMC Foundation, Perea Moto District, Augusta Ship Manning, Elberg, Hoop Spirit, Gym Tela Athletics, Tito Rex, Alvarez Family, Angeles Resort, Jam Shoes Las Piñas, tsaka advance happy birthday sa mama ko para sa ito.
Maraming salamat. Our best player of the game, John Kantimbuhan of Muntinlupa Cagers. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ken and Javi?
Maraming salamat, Miss Lyra Punsalan. Up next, Bataan for the second straight game will defend their home court, this time against the winless Bulacan Cuyas. Kaya tutok lang dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang hirap ng buhay na pinagdaanan ko, ayaw kong madaanan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Kaya I hope na ang ating bansa umunlad, magkaisa tayo, ipagdasal natin ang ating mga leader dahil walang imposible sa Panginoon pag tayo ay nagdarasal. Nung ako ay naupong senador, hindi ko po talaga kinompromise yung posisyon ko kasi yung commitment ko sa taong bayan, manatiling commitment ko sa kanila habang ako'y pinagkakatiwalaan at nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno.
Masakit lang isipin, Mr. President, na ang programa na para sa mga mahihirap, tapos may mga tao na kumokontra. Kasi pagka maganda yung ginagawa para sa mga mahirap, dahil kalaban ka, kukontrahin ka. Nakakabuti naman sa taong bayan. Pagkakalaban ka, ganun. Kaya walang progreso, walang kaunlaran ang bansa natin dahil after ng administrasyon ng isang leader, pag mapalitan siya, hindi ipagpatuloy yung programa niya na maganda para sa taong bayan. Pagkatapos naman ng isa, yung magandang programa niya, mahinto na naman, ibang programa na naman. Bakit hindi natin suportahan? Kahit na ba, ang isang politiko, ang puso para talaga sa taong bayan o tumulong, kung maganda yung programa, dapat suportahan na lang. Ang problema, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda, laging hindi maganda. Lahat ba yung mga programa ng mga nakaraang leaders ay hindi maganda? Pagdating sa mga mahihirap, nasasaktan ako pagka binabatikos yung mga programa para sa kanila. Diyan ako galing sa pagiging mahirap. Yung walang makain sa isang araw. Naranasan ko yun. Kaya ako, anumang narating ko, anumang pera, anong halaga ang nakamtan ko sa buhay, hindi mahalaga para sa akin yan. Ang importante, makatulong ako sa taong bayan, makatulong ako sa kapwa ko. We came to this world naked, and we will depart alone and naked. Wala tayong madalala. Iiwanan natin lahat yan. Ipaglalaban ko ang karapatan ng mga mahirap na tao.
Atin itong bansa, gusto ko po na tayong lahat nagtutulungan para umunlad ang ating bansa, para umasinso ang bawat Pilipino. Mga kababayan ko, mga nagsiservisyo sa gobyerno, magkaisa tayo. Isipin natin na ang mga kababayan natin nagugutom, nahihirapan. Yung iba, walang sariling tahanan, natutulog sa kanila lamang. Tayo, lahat ay pari-parihong tao, may puso na ramdaman. Naway, bawat isa sa atin, lahat tayo, accountable tayo, pagharap natin sa Panginoon. Lagi kong sinasabi, kahit ano pa, kayaman mo, kahit ikaw pa pinakasikat sa buong mundo, pag namatay tayo, wala tayong madadala kahit piso. Ang Manny Pacquiao, walang karapatan magyabang kahit kanino. Dahil galing po ako sa hirap. Therefore, ang aking gagawin, tutulungan yung mga kasama kong naiiwan doon sa laylayan. Tutulungan sila. Ang dasal ko palagi sa kanila na umasinso din sila sa buhay at makaahon din, guminhawa sa buhay. Kaya tayong lahat, mga kababayan ko, sama-sama tayo, magkaisa tayo para sa tagunlad ng ating bansa, tayong lahat magtutulungan.